Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Well, hey everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
It's Hypecast.
The show where we get
hyped
about stuff
We're Hypecast.
and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell. Who do we got here?
Hey, it's me, Alex Schmidt. It's so good to be here.
Ah.
That's
Welcome,
the correct
Alex.
noise. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for having me.
Yeah, no,
Of course.
definitely. It's
Thanks
fun
for coming.
awesome to have you. Yeah. So shall we just get right into the trailers?
We can if you want.
I mean, yeah.
If you
That's-
wanna.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Okay.
Dave and Tom have very kindly loaded me up on seeing them
Yeah.
beforehand, so I'm ready to go. I feel great.
All right. We're pumped.
Yeah.
We're
You might say we're hyped.
yeah, we're full of them. We're full of them trailers.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, this first one is The Twilight Zone. The
Yeah.
first actual trailer we've gotten. We've gotten 2 teaser trailers
Mhm.
that didn't show any footage. This is the first one that actually shows footage of the show. And it's made me kind of pumped.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very high production value. And
Yeah.
a really
Yeah.
good cast.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
It's got so many fucking people in it.
Yeah, there's a lot
I
of
saw
people.
Tracy Morgan there. I saw
Yeah.
Camille Nanjiani. I
Mhm.
saw
Well,
Adam
Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
Because I had heard Adam Scott was going to be in the plane one that
Yep.
Shatner used to do.
Yeah.
That was the main thing I
Oh.
knew going in.
It's like terror at 50,000 feet now.
It doesn't look like he's in that.
He is. It's weird. Like I'm not. Like I can recognize as a big Twilight Zone fan, I can recognize a lot of the episodes.
Right.
Like there's a reference to the other Shatner episode, the fortune telling thing that has a little
Oh.
devil head on it
Yeah.
in one of the clips. So that is the one that Adam Scott is doing, but there's like much more to it.
Oh.
I assume because
Or maybe he's doing multiple ones too.
could
That
be,
might
yeah,
be it.
it could be. Because you do see like he's clearly getting on a plane. And then there's footage of him on the plane, and then he's washed up on a beach.
Yeah.
And the gremlin from the original episode, it's either like a doll or a mask of it, is washing up next to him. So it seems like they're doing.
Oh.
I don't know what exactly they're going to do with it, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I like them doing like, covers of the old ones.
right,
But I also want to see some new material. So
yeah,
if they do like this sort of warped version, that's
Mhm.
cool.
I suspect that these might be hour long, and most Twilight Zone episodes were 22
They're
minutes.
very quick, yeah.
They did
Oh,
one
yeah.
season where they had hour long episodes, but the rest of it was just half hours.
Yeah, because this is a whole streaming service for CBS, right? And
Yeah.
They want to be fancy and
Yeah.
big, and
Yeah.
they really want to go for it.
Which,
Yeah.
that was the
Yeah.
biggest bummer of this, was seeing this trailer and being like, I'm going to have to subscribe to that
Yeah,
because I really want to see this.
Yeah. I already used my free trial, so if I do it, I'm
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we all did to watch
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did for Colbert's first shows, and then
Oh, right.
I paid for a month to see Star Trek. Yeah. So I'm in deep. I'm
Oh,
screwed.
wow.
I'm like out of lives, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Back
I'll
in the
just
bag.
use your account.
Yeah, either that or if they put the episodes up on their own.
They usually go, like, the Star Treks are on Amazon, aren't they?
I don't know. To tell you the truth.
I don't know. They probably go up later, I think, or something. Like, everything's on Amazon. Like, I think.
Yeah. Just
Most
all
things.
just all things
Yeah.
in reality.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably on there.
Oh yeah.
Rating terrible.
Yeah. You can. Yeah. You're available for like $6.
Yeah. From these sellers.
Yeah.
Not directly from Amazon. Some scam artist is out there selling counterfeit Alexes on Amazon. But yeah, no, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's hard to be like concerned about a new Twilight Zone made by very talented people. Like that's a very good premise and a lot of money behind it. It's probably solid.
Yeah,
like, you know.
And one of my first thoughts after seeing Get Out was that was like a really good Twilight Zone episode.
Right, he's perfect for it.
So when they announced that he was doing it, I was like, that's perfect.
Cool.
They could, I mean, and just seeing a modern cast, like they could, if they wanted to, word for word, just recreate the original.
If they wanted to.
Yeah, with a new cast, and I'd be interested in that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, I'm glad they're mixing it up, but just seeing the faces that I saw in it was just getting me so excited with every new shot.
I think most of them are new.
That's good.
I think they're doing like a few that are.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Again, they should. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty hyped for this. It's coming in April, I believe.
April 1st.
Yeah.
April 1st is when it comes out. I was looking at the cast list for the different episodes at IMDb, and you don't see him in the trailer, but in the Adam Scott episode, fucking Krychek is the plane pilot.
Nicholas Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's the captain of the airplane.
Oh, shit. That can't be a big role for him, but I'm glad he's there. Oh, that's amazing.
Tom, I hope you get like an alert or something every time that guy's doing stuff. Like it should just be a thing.
Sort of do.
Yeah.
Oh man, he should have done the one with Camille Nanjiani. They would have
been perfect.
To talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent.
Maybe they cast Kumail and then they were like, "We're looking for a pilot for this bit," and Kumail is like, "I know a great cry check." You guys are looking for a cry check, right?
Yeah.
They're like, "Not really." No.
You guys need a cry check?
It's very specific, but true.
I didn't realize we were, but I guess we are.
Okay. Well, this next one, Rocketman, new trailer. There's been a few trailers for this.
Mm-hmm. It looks fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably. Well, who knows, honestly, but I was gonna say it'll probably be better in terms of giving a more complete picture of Elton John's life than like Bohemian Rhapsody was about Freddie Mercury, primarily because Elton John's still alive. So he can be like, yeah, you can put that in the movie. And then, Bohemian Rhapsody went through some weirdness, push and pull with the band and some erasure problems. But since this is just about him and he's still alive, to be like, yeah, that's fine. I
like how in the trailer he's like, I don't want to be called Reginald because that's like an old person's name. I'm going to be called Elton. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, his real name is, I think, Reginald Dwight.
Reginald Dwight.
Yeah. I also had the dumbest thought in watching this trailer is it only had just occurred to me that he does drugs, or he had done drugs.
Oh, famously.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just looking at him, it's like, of course he does drugs. But I was watching this like, Elton John just drugs? And I was like, wait, why would that be a surprise in my head?
Yeah, Elton John did all kinds of drugs.
Yeah, of course he did.
Of course he did. He was famous in the 60s and 70s, or 70s.
He dresses like a maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I actually, when Bohemian Rhapsody was on the way out, I was just like, oh yeah, okay, Queen's fine and stuff, that's cool. But like this one, I like Elton John a whole lot, so I feel like I have a lot of skin in the game here. Like I really need it to be good, or I'll be upset.
I think it will be good.
Yeah. It looks good, so, and
hopefully.
The guy, Taron Egerton, he looks good in it.
Yeah, he's a good actor in the Kingsman movies that I don't like, so he's probably fine. But I'm like a little biased against him too for no reason,
And in the Robin Hood movie, that was bad.
Yeah.
Wait, is he playing Elton John?
Yeah.
Oh no,
it's fucking Robin Hood.
Oh no. So like within a few years, he's playing Robin Hood and Elton John.
Right. And Robin Hood's real name, Reginald Dwight.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Character thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But Elton John had like especially early in life, I think he was in a few relationships with women, kind of partly just trying to make things work, and that was like pretty tormented in general about drugs and fame and a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's a dramatic life.
This was still when people were very much under pressure to not be gay, because it's like this is going to hurt your audience. Like they won't.
Yeah,
Right.
Buy
he
your
cleared a
records.
path for a lot of people to the point where now we're like, oh yeah, it must have been hard for him, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But like then nobody did it publicly.
yeah, yeah. It's hard. It's easy to forget that this is like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So I just looked up
yeah.
who the director is.
Oh yeah.
This is a hell of a thing. Let's see if you recognize this name, Tom. Dexter Fletcher. Sounds like a Star Wars
It's
character.
Soap from Lock, Stock, and
Yeah,
Two Smoking
and
Barrels.
Pinky from Doom. This
Yeah.
is it's directed by he's directed like 5 things, but he's mostly known as an actor.
Oh, okay.
Playing like kind of small roles in things. That's
Dexter Fletcher.
yep.
Yeah, he played Soap in Lock, Stock.
Yeah.
Um,
He was in a Muppet movie as well.
sure. You gotta have your Muppets in there.
That is surprising.
Gotta have your Muppets
Would
in
it be
there.
hard to see a picture of him? Maybe I'd recognize his face, but I
Maybe,
know that's bad for
yeah.
audio. But
I'm sure you'd recognize him if you saw him.
Not. I mean, this picture is sort of. I'm showing Alex a picture.
oh
and he's,
yeah,
like,
no, I
kinda
recognize
wild-looking.
that. Guy. Yeah. He's in a bunch of British stuff,
Yeah.
That's a real surprise for me.
and he's a director too.
Apparently, this is like his first major movie. He's done like a few other things before, but nothing I recognized.
Okay.
That kind of makes me want to see. I'm not a big fan of band biopics.
It's interestingly we have a few.
Yeah, I know.
on the
But this is
document.
one that kind of makes me want to see it just because it's directed by Pinky from Doom.
Yeah, I mean it looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's potentially awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just that subject matter, you know.
I
why
learned a
not?
while ago that even good band biopics don't interest me. So it's that where it's like it doesn't mean they're bad.
Yeah.
It's just they've never appealed to me.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
doesn't say anything about this movie.
Sure.
But like, yeah, Elton John has an interesting enough life that you could just do a straightforward movie about his life, and that would be material.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like Across the Universe where you need to just like adapt the Beatles songs into some random
Into a story,
Right.
yeah.
Like, no, you can just tell Elton John's story, and it's probably cool. Yeah, it's probably good.
You could just do a Beatles movie, although I'm pretty sure that there's a
Those are the best. You mean the
Have you
movies where
seen-
the Beatles are actors, right? And they.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like it's I was about to say it's odd that we haven't had a band biopic about the Beatles. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not odd because Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr are still alive, and they're going to be like, no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not going to do that. I think there was one that had Aaron Taylor Johnson as John Lennon, but it was more about just John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Right.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I didn't see it. But
And now they're
it's
doing
probably okay.
Yesterday, which we had on last week. Have you seen the trailer for Yesterday?
Yeah, that's a pretty fun concept.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
It's
It's Danny Boyle.
Maybe
It's
bad,
it's a
but-
strange one, but yeah, what got me was Danny Boyle's directing. I was like, oh, all right, well,
Yeah.
this might be something.
Guy knows what he's doing.
Sure.
Yeah, he wakes up, no one's heard of the Beatles, and his arm is under an enormous rock, and so it's tough because he knows about the Beatles. But
And he's trying to sing the Beatles songs as loud as he can to signal for help.
Yeah.
He is singing "Help."
Yeah. And people just go by and they're like, that's a good song. And they keep
Help's a
going.
good song.
no,
No, I really need help.
Perfect movie. That should be that movie instead.
127
Please
Beatles. Great.
Oh, he's really nailing it. No, I need help. All right, we're nailing it.
Tickling me. That one's tickling
You're
me.
killing it.
The next one is The Highwaymen, which
Oh yeah.
seems like the less interesting story of Bonnie and Clyde.
Well,
It's about the dudes who shoot them later.
it's about the two grizzled old Texas lawmen who fill them full of bullets.
Yeah.
That should have been the tagline: "Is the less interesting version of Bonnie and Clyde."
I do respect this movie for actually treating Bonnie and Clyde like villains.
Yes, that's the thing. Is it's the less
Yeah.
romantic version.
Yeah.
And these are the guys who are just like these fucking assholes.
Yeah, they're just driving around shooting people. Like, this
I get it. I get it.
like yeah, I do appreciate seeing how everybody, especially back then, this is what, the 30s.
Probably.
So they're like, there's no FBI yet, I don't think. So they're just like, this is a serious problem. We don't know what to do about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Bonnie and Clyde and history, but I sort of assumed they were doing more robbery and like trying to make money. But the trailer just sort of implies they were serial killers. Like they were murdering
both
cops left and right.
They were both.
So
Yeah.
that's bad.
Yeah, there was a reason they were gunned down in the street. Like,
Yeah.
that was an immediate issue that they needed to just riddle with bullets as soon as they saw them.
Right,
Well,
right.
I mean, that became the solution
Yeah.
of the FBI.
Yeah,
Just
at some
shooting
point
all
they're
these
just like,
people.
look, if you see them, just fire as
Right.
many bullets in their direction until they stop.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was much more of a Robin Hood sort of situation.
Oh,
but
no.
it
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be.
Oh, no.
What was who was it? Warren Beatty and
Yeah, Warren
Faye
Beatty and Faye
Dunaway, right?
Dunaway.
and Faye Dunaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want them to be in this.
Yeah, they should
They're
have been
both
the two
still around,
lawmen.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, they
That'd be
should.
kinda funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Kevin
should be Bonnie
Costner
and Clyde.
and Woody Harrelson. Yeah, it would be great if it was these two 80-year-old Hollywood legends as Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd care if Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson were hunting me. I'm not sure how threatening that is.
I'd be a little worried about Woody Harrelson because his dad was literally a contract killer.
Yeah, I could see Woody fucking people up.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah. Costner, yeah.
Costner.
Yeah. Well, like the very first few seconds of it, I was like, oh, are they doing like Untouchables too? Because it's the same outfits and guns and,
Yeah,
everything,
that's true.
and the hat and stuff. But it's not. It's this thing.
No, it's
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's just Costner. Challenge him to a baseball game.
Man, he is like, what a specific skill where he's still the best in the world at is being the lead in a baseball movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Well, he looks like
he
a
hasn't
baseball
done one in
guy.
a while, but yeah, he's like very specifically amazing at Bull Durham Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Even for the love of the game is like pretty good. It's amazing.
Yeah. And Tin Cup, even
Yeah.
though it's not baseball.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
baseball. There's a ball.
It's like he's a bum minor league pro sports guy. That's like he nailed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He just looks like that guy.
Has anybody seen Swing Vote? Has anybody checked up on? Yeah, I feel like I need to
It
check
wasn't
up on
about
that
baseball,
movie.
so I didn't
Yeah, I
watch it.
know.
I did not want to go see
That's
Costner
just
in
one
a
of
movie
those
that's not about
movies where
baseball.
it's like, I wonder what that movie was. Like, it looked terrible. Like, how did they sustain that for a feature film length?
Don't know.
What was that? Yeah, it just sort of passed us all by.
Yeah.
It's just a really difficult to use voting machine. It
Yeah.
takes like 90 minutes to boot up. And
It's like one of those stands, like one of those like rundown tourist attractions you pass on the highway, where you're like, I'm not gonna stop, but I wonder what that is. I wonder what's in there. Like, what sadness is inside?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Folks, if you see Swing Vote by the road,
Someone-
throw 'em
yeah.
a buck. They
It's
need
like south of the border. You
If
guys
someone's
ever
seen
South
Swing
of the
Vote, tweet us.
South of the border. It's
Yeah.
like the Virginia.
Yeah,
North
it's like
Carolina
Wall
border.
Drug or
We've all
something.
been
Yeah,
there, right?
I've been to south of the border, and yeah, I like
Yeah.
Wall Drug better. You guys been to?
No.
Oh, that one. I
don't
think
know
it's
Wall
the
Drug.
other direction. It's going west. I think it's
I
called
never
Wall
looked
Drug.
back.
Oh, okay. They have a giant animatronic
Sorry,
T-Rex.
just kidding. A giant animatronic T-Rex. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a real investment.
yeah. Oh no,
To get
not
people to
when you
stop
see
and-
it.
Stop at your greasy spoon.
When you see it, it's just the head and like sort of torso of something that kind of moves back and forth like a little bit. That's about it.
So you really oversold it.
Uh huh. I mean, it has that south of the border feel. It's just the other direction. That's all. Just when you go west, there's like,
South of the border.
oh man,
Kevin Costner is the south of the border of movie stars.
He's the south of the border and Yankee Stadium or some amazing
Yeah.
baseball
Yeah,
thing.
it's sure the
Like, it's
again
like
baseball.
that,
Yeah,
it's both things at once. somehow.
Right. He is
Yeah.
simultaneously.
at one
He's a
point
paradox of a man.
he was trying to lock down post-apocalypse as his next baseball, and it didn't work.
He really tried.
Yeah.
Waterworld and The Postman.
Yeah, should have had more baseball in both of them.
If he had stopped and
Yes.
played baseball in Waterworld, that movie would have been a hit.
Yeah.
That's my note on every movie we're talking about is it needed more Kevin Costner playing baseball.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, speaking of old guys from '90s films,
Yeah.
this next one is Dragged Across Concrete, featuring Mel Gibson.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I've heard
and
of him.
Vince Vaughn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson with
Vince Vaughn? They let him? No, I'm just kidding.
with a ferocious mustache.
With a cop mustache.
He looks like such a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
He's doing the whole G. Gordon Liddy look.
Yeah, this is a real bummer, you guys.
Well, it's by the writer-director of Bone Tomahawk and Brawl and Cell Block 99, which are
terrific films.
really good movies.
One has Vince Vaughn in it.
Right,
Vince
Brawl.
Vaughn is Vince Vaughn is one of those people where it's like, I don't hate him, but where do we put him? Where do we put Vince Vaughn? And then I saw Brawl and Cell Block 99, and I was like, oh, that works.
Yeah,
Put
sure.
him,
He's good.
yeah, put him in these gritty
okay.
crime.
Yeah, I don't know that movie.
Yeah, but they're both. This director reminds me of John Carpenter because he makes these movies that are kind of grotesque and kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some real rough moments in both those.
Yeah,
films.
both Bone Tomahawk and Cell Block have these moments that I've watched so many horror films that even I've been like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh
They both
shit.
Both films have very sudden moments of extreme violence.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
over the top violence, but not done in an over the top
done in an
way.
over the top way. Yeah.
You know,
Gosh.
like
Oh,
done in
man.
like this is what that would realistically look like, and it's like I didn't need to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm excited. I'm always excited for the next thing this guy does. And now he's like, and have Mel Gibson. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
It's like they're cops and they're chasing these two robbers, one of whom is Michael Jai White, I think is what
Yeah.
it is. But then they also start robbing places.
Yeah.
And I've read that this movie is 3 hours long.
Which seems a little too
That's a little too
long.
long. Like Cell
Yeah.
Block 99 is 2.5.
Wow. Yeah.
But
But I didn't notice because I was with it.
yeah.
3 hours of Mel.
Yeah.
And other stuff.
Yeah.
Cell Block is
And
it's basically
this-
a reverse. What's that Fox show? No, it is the same. That Fox show where the guy goes into prison to avenge
Yeah. It's Prison Break.
Prison Break.
Yeah.
It's that. It's Vince Vaughn going into like the worst prison to avenge
To kill a guy.
He's
being forced.
Oh right, he's being forced. He's
yeah.
being blackmailed.
See, they should have called it Prison Crashers.
Yeah. They should.
You have a
Owen
big
Wilson
fun poster.
shows up. Wow. Wow, so we're in jail now. Wow.
Oh man.
So-
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this movie.
I know, and that's the bummer. Is
Yeah.
I like this director so much that I want to see it.
I want to support all these other actors, but it's like, fucking Mel, really?
Yeah, we're done. We're all set
Yeah.
with Mel.
Also, I'm not sure about this director's particular style and tone. It's like 3 hours of that would be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds tough.
It's, I mean, good movies.
Good
Bone Tomahawk
movies,
and
but
Cell
yeah.
Block 99, but
This is going to be a task.
yeah.
This
I may
is-
have to watch this in like shifts.
I can't
I mean-
recommend this movie to people.
Well, it's, at least one person's going to get dragged across concrete in the film, right? Like
Yeah,
it's called
Probably.
Which
That
is-
happens in
yeah.
Cell Block 99.
It sure
Oh,
does,
boy.
and
Yeah.
it is grotesque.
It is grotesque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
It's-
gonna be hard to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I assume in Bone Tomahawk, someone's like brutally tomahawked.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Right.
Amongst other things.
Amongst other things.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
boy.
yes.
Why couldn't it be the one thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, I want to be excited about this movie, but
I also like that this director is still doing indie stuff.
yeah.
And he's still doing what he wants to do. Like, I'm glad he's not like doing Sherlock Holmes 3 or something where they're like, I'm glad he's staying in this genre.
He's not doing a Marvel movie.
Yeah, where he's just like, I want to do really fucked up violent shit, and I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to put Vince Vaughn in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
He should do a Punisher movie with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, he needs to get. You know who should? You know who might have been the first choice for this? Because Bone Tomahawk has
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, and that's who should have been in this. If it was Vince Vaughn and Kurt Russell,
If it was Kurt Russell instead of
Oh,
Mel
that sounds
Gibson,
amazing.
yeah.
yeah, I would be so hyped for this
This does
movie.
again.
Have they never done a movie together? That would be so good.
I don't think they have.
Yeah, that would
They
be
should.
great.
That was the other thing about this
Oh,
director
man.
is that's the other John Carpenter-ish feel is his casting is kind of weird.
He
Like
uses
Kurt Russell makes sense, but the moment he had Vince Vaughn, it was like, oh, that works. That's as this weird violent guy. So like Mel Gibson kind of stays like. I don't want Mel Gibson to be in this, but like that is sort of the kind of casting he would do. Like he seems like the type of director who would stick Mel Gibson in something.
yeah.
I just think of the fact that John Carpenter stuck what's his name? And They Live, Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
Because Roddy Piper's a beautiful maniac.
he is, and it's such a weird choice. And I feel like this director does that too. And I'm like, oh, that's great. What a weird decision.
He also reuses a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
Like Jennifer Carpenter and Don Johnson are both in Cell Block 99, and they're also in this movie, Dragged Across Concrete.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any other thoughts on it.
No, just that I'm frustrated with it. And I want to see it.
Yeah, don't. Come on.
I'm just gonna hold I'm gonna bring like a Kurt Russell like paper doll or something.
Yeah, hold it
and
up
just hold it in front of all the Mel Gibson parts, you know.
I'll say this is, have Mel Gibson in these instead of what is it, Daddy's Home too?
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in family films. I don't want to see him in mainstream.
Well, Daddy's Home too also has the problem of he's playing Mark Wahlberg's dad.
Yes.
So it's like,
It's just
two violent racist guys.
It was, I mean, that's great casting. You're like, who could be Mark Wahlberg's dad? Oh, I know.
Fucking Mel Gibson, sure.
But yeah, like if he has to be in things, I guess put him on.
Right, this like gritty adult stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
That's all right.
yeah.
Fucking
For
Edge
what
of
it
Darkness and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the
Fucking
same
Edge of
time, it's
Darkness.
like, no, we don't need you. Like, there's plenty of other dudes.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell,
okay.
exactly. Put Kurt Russell in things.
All right.
Check. Get him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get Krychek in here, dude. I would lose my mind if this director put out a film and the star was Krychek
With the same mustache.
yeah, with the same fucking Eisenhower era cop mustache.
I feel like you'd be like, I gotta check who wrote this movie, and it's just you. Like, oh, that makes sense. That checks out,
checks
actually.
out, yeah.
All right.
Just describe the character. He looks exactly like Krychek.
I forgot I did that, I guess.
All right, this next one is Leaving Neverland. I liked your reaction when I was watching you see the trailer. It was the same as mine, where it just starts and you're like, whew, all right.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, Tom and Dave got to see me physically. Like, as soon as Michael Jackson footage was on screen, I was like, oh, I understand what this is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is going to be brutal.
And then the rest was just victims, just very clearly saying, like, I'm going to tell you everything that happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, oh, okay, well, that I'm sure it's like very interesting and very hard to do.
I think there's
you
a
know.
there's a whole legal battle going on about this. I believe I keep seeing Michael Jackson's estate suing
Yeah.
HBO.
Well, it premiered at I remember reading about it when it premiered. I think at Sundance, or Cannes, whatever was. Which one is in January?
Sundance?
It was just recently.
I think it's Sundance.
So I remember reading about it and how it was like, it's like 4 hours long. So like they show you at the end of this that it's split into 2 different days,
Sure.
but they just kind of had, when they showed it, they just had everybody watch it and there was an intermission and it was like people were like physically reacting to this
Oh,
film.
no.
So
Oh, boy.
yeah, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
But probably really good.
Yeah, and probably is something that needs to be
Something that needs to
said.
be
Yeah, I think
said.
I kind of just want this to happen like in a court or something. You
Right.
know? Like that's all I really need. It's just like
Well,
justice of some kind for those people.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't need to watch.
It did at one point, and then
That's
Yeah.
well the fucked up thing about the 2 times Michael Jackson was brought to court is that they were both scams.
right
Oh,
that there
no.
are scam versions of this too, which
Yeah.
makes sense. Is that if this starts happening, there's going to be
Yeah.
some maniac with a kid who's like, "Oh, let's
Right.
jump in on that."
Like the first one was this dad who was like tangentially like working with Michael Jackson or was like
I
friends
heard-
with them, and then he kind of went nuts and like
One of the kid's testimonies, he's like, they like drugged the kid to get it. It was like something really fucked up like
Yeah.
that.
and the other one was a lady who was using her daughter. She's habitually did this. Like she
Right.
was a habitual
Which-
scammer. Yeah.
Makes them so bad because it not only
Yeah, exactly.
is a scam, but it takes the real victims and it
Exactly.
throws them in this fucking pile of
So yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, airing on HBO.
Yeah,
Check it
I
out.
mean, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, people should see it if they want to see it.
Yeah.
It just sounds hard. Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely gonna not be great. It's like watching that. Oh man, The Keepers. Did you guys watch that one on Netflix?
No.
No. Oh, is that like Irish
it was a
laundry thing?
No, it was
no.
It's a documentary about a Catholic school for girls, and one of the nun teachers was murdered back in like the 60s. And it was related to this covering up of just this rampant sexual abuse of the girls there, and it's brutal.
Yeah, that sounds hard.
So yeah, it's not going to be a fun watch.
No, it's not.
But anyway,
let's go to the next one. The Dirt.
The Dirt.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
This is the Motley Crue story.
Yeah, it was
the story. I'm not sure we need.
Well, it's been.
I'm not against it. I'm just like, yeah, all right.
They do have a. Oh man, I mean, it's based on the book of the same name that came out pretty recently. They have like
shit.
They do have like the wildest version.
I think I interviewed the author of this.
Oh, you might have.
I'm looking it up real quick. I just realized I've been thinking about this name, and when this trailer came out, I was like, this feels Neil Strauss. It was one of the first articles I ever wrote.
I know that name. Neil
He
Strauss.
wrote The Game.
Yeah. It's that pickup artist guy with the furry hat. Right?
Mystery is the guy.
Yeah.
I one of the first assignments I ever did.
Wait, this guy is Mystery?
No, he's not Mystery. One of the first assignments I ever had
Neil
was
Strauss
for
was Mystery. Those are separate.
No.
I was living in an incredible world for about 5 seconds.
I knew this was significant because I was like, when I saw The Dirt, I was like, I know that name, and I know one of the years and years ago, probably 5 years ago, one of the first things I ever did for filmschoolrejects.com was interview Neil Strauss because I was contacted by someone who was doing a board game version of The Game, and they're like, would you do an interview? And I was like, sure, fuck it. And for it, because I was so new, I was like, I'll fucking read The Game. I'm going to interview the author. So I fucking read The Game.
Wow.
You have to tell us what The Game is, because I don't know.
The Game is known for being like the Bible of pickup artists.
Sweet.
That said, having read it, it is a little misunderstood because it's more like Fight Club. Like the moral of the book is him being like, this is terrible. Because Neil Strauss is like a journalist, I think. And the idea is he went into the world of pickup artists and wrote this book about it.
Oh.
So it is him. He's still advocating for it. It's not like perfect, but it does sort of end with him saying like, this isn't good.
Right. It ended in people like me thinking he's Mystery.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
I do think the book's a little misunderstood, but it's not. I'm not going to defend it.
He seems like the exact type of guy that would write The Dirt.
Yeah, even then he was talking about The Dirt and how it was going to be a movie and stuff. And
oh wow,
yeah, it took this long, but here it is.
It's. they really
for words.
Yeah, I'm just like having seen. I've not read The Dirt, and I actually might now, but having seen all of the behind the music specials, there's one on Motley Crue, there's one on Tommy Lee, there's one just on Vince Neil, there's one on they've had so many documentaries made about their fucking career because they're shitty maniacs.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
they really are.
The best. I want this moment to be reproduced in the film, but the behind the music for Motley Crue was they were talking to Tommy Lee, who was 17 when the band took off, and he's talking about so I had this choice: I could either go to school or rock the world. You rock the world.
That's perfect.
He's just such a.
That's perfect.
Tommy Lee is such an enthusiastic dumb guy.
Yeah, this movie doesn't seem to elevate them.
I hope not. They really gloss over the fact that Vince Neil killed a person because he was fucked up and driving.
Yeah.
And the famous headline at the time was Vince Neil kills someone sentenced to world tour with band. Because their lawyers swooped in and did some magic that allowed him to avoid jail time so that he could go on his contractually obligated tour with Motley Crue.
The judge is like, I could convict him, or I could rock the world.
You rock the world.
Oh, Christ.
Very dumb 80s judge, huge hair.
Yeah. He's just a real big Crue fanatic. And then famously, Nikki Sixx ODs on heroin, then walks home from the hospital and shoots up more heroin.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, I love that they used the song "Kickstart My Heart" for the trailer.
Of course.
Yeah, I forgot that was Motley Crue.
Oh yeah,
It's great.
it's an awesome song.
It should have been the. Oh, I loved the movie Crank opens with the song "Mental Health" by shit. Oh, that's gonna bug me. It should have started with "Kickstart My Heart." That was always.
Oh, for Crank, yeah, that would make sense.
Now I gotta look up who did Metal.
Yeah, because I reckon I don't know Crew well, but I recognized one song. I think it's "Home Sweet Home" from the Hot Tub Time Machine franchise.
Oh yeah,
the second one. So I was like, oh okay, it's a Motley Crue film. Great. That's my touchstone. For...
Quiet Riot. Sorry.
Oh, there
Sorry,
you go.
Quiet Riot.
Yes, this is a next Netflix movie.
Yeah, that's good. I'll pay nothing for this.
Yeah,
Netflix is the correct medium for this.
Right. Like
Just
I wouldn't
dial it up.
Right. I wouldn't drive to a theater to watch
No,
the
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $14 and get into a giant room with other people and be like, "We're all watching the Motley Crue
We're all going to
movie
watch the
together.
Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Everybody, be quiet.
Now,
We're going to."
Kids, and you should be nice to the sitter. Your
Yeah.
mom and I are going to the Motley Crue film.
Yeah,
Really weird.
Netflix has really allowed certain movies to get success that they just have no business getting. Success.
Bird Box.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's,
So yeah. The dirt.
the fucking dirt. Next one is Combat Obscura.
Oh yeah, this is a documentary made using, I guess, GoPro cameras worn by Marines in the Middle East and Afghanistan.
When I started watching this, I
Yeah.
was like, "Did Robert Evans make this?"
Oh, maybe. What if he's in it? Like he just sees, oh shit, there's Evans.
And really distractingly, like he just turns to camera. I'm Robert
Yeah.
Evans. Like it's really
Just snorting brown off a knife or something. Yeah, this
But you mean the knife that he carries with him?
the giant knife.
That he would whip out terrifyingly in the office to open things and just be like, whoosh. All right, Robert has a knife.
All right, Robert could take us all out at any point.
hey. A lot of people could take me out, okay?
That's true.
Come on.
That's fair. That's fair.
And you can too if you play your cards right. But yeah, no, this movie looks really intense.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah, that trailer was a bit of a hard watch just because it's like,
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of like, it's that thing you hear about of like guys in our modern wars where it's like an extremely difficult situation and they're just like meatheading through it the best they can, you know, and you like worry for them more,
Right.
you know. It's
It's that thing.
yeah.
It's like every job is like you talk to people working in ER, and it's like they're dealing with horrible shit. But for
Yeah.
them, they're just like, God, I really want to go to lunch right now. Like they don't give a shit because you can't give a shit at that point. Because if you do, you'll go insane. So it has to.
yeah.
Like you want the people who are doing that to be calm and sort of like on the job.
Yeah.
And so-
they're very brave. It's just like hard
But
to
it's
see, you know.
yeah, exactly. It's still like
right.
it's why at an ER you get people get mad at the, the people working there because they see like it's people in the worst moments of their life and people in the most mundane moments, and that's what this feels like too. It's just like these people are just sort of they have to get through every day doing this, so they can't just be
Yeah.
in shock. But
It's
that, of course, can go really wrong.
Right. This is like this seems like basically like a video and just like here's how people get PTSD.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for real.
because you have to just not.
Yeah.
Like they have that one guy
You
who
not
has
think
like,
about it until you suddenly do.
right, like part of his face is like ripped by shrapnel. Or he's got a bandage on. He's like, yeah, you know, it's just a boo boo. I don't want to be in combat anymore.
Yeah, that was so fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other major moment was you see this huge explosion off in the distance, and then somebody says, "That's the wrong building."
Yeah, and it's like, oh,
no.
Christ. I mean, workplace accidents happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I just watched They Shall Not Grow Old, and that's one of the things they go on about is that one of the first things they show is like the footage of the people signing up and like posing in their uniforms
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's that thing, the older you get, you realize how young people are, where it's just like, that motherfucker is 16. Like, it's that,
Right.
where it's like, these are kids, and they're all smiling, and they're talking about how like people they were like, yeah, let's do it. All my friends are doing it, and everybody was like happily going to war, because none of them really thought about it until, you know, it happened.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's that where it's like it's just young people, like, I don't know, just getting a crash course in reality that most people will never face.
Yeah.
And
this
is gut wrenching.
Yeah.
Which is why I want to see this.
Yeah, it looks super intense.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks, my God.
It seems like remarkable footage, and then the trailer claims they like were hired by the military to film some stuff, and then they just kept going. Like that's how they got it, you know. So it's like it's probably unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like The Office.
Yeah.
They were hired to do a video, and then they
Right.
just kept going. It's The Office of War.
Mhm.
Just one soldier keeps Jim facing the camera.
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
boy.
can you believe this? It's ripped in half by a roadside bomb, and he's like mugging at the camera, like, that's not funny. That's a thing that happens.
We're just we commented on this before we started recording. This is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We're going
Alex
up and
pointed
down.
out this.
Because I think
These trailers-
I forget what's next, but I think it's an up and down of like fun crime movie, Michael Jackson doc, fun Motley Crue movie, war doc, and then like fun Western.
Yeah.
Boy, like pop culture has given us real mood swings.
Really
here.
beating the shit out of us today.
This last one, this should have I probably should have put this on movies that deserve more hype because it doesn't. Although the trailer just came out today, so who knows? The Kid. This is a Western featuring Ethan Hawke and Chris Pratt, directed by Vincent D'Onofrio. I am convinced this was filmed on the set of The Magnificent Seven.
It could be.
Because it looks just like the set. All three of those people were in The Magnificent Seven.
Oh,
I feel like D'Onofrio was on that set, and he's just like, you know what I should do? Make a better Western than this. And this was like on set, like, hey, you want to be in my Western?
You want to be in my cool Western?
Yeah.
yeah, and the kid is Billy the Kid, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Dane DeHaan plays Billy the Kid. It's
And-
also, but it's double because there's also an actual little kid who's like come to Billy the Kid for help.
Right, that was the other character, was some kid. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're hiding from evil Chris Pratt.
Sure. Yeah, I'm excited for evil Chris Pratt.
He should be evil more.
Yeah.
Like,
In Magnificent Seven, he wasn't evil, but he was racist. He was like
it's kind of
asshole.
shitty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that movie Passengers would have been a much better movie if he was a villain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
there we go.
yeah, that would have been a way cooler story.
That was one of the worst movies of recent times, Passengers. That was a bad movie.
Yeah, I only heard and saw stuff about it, but it
Okay.
seemed saw a pretty convincing argument that I think we all saw that it should have been like Chris Pratt's the bad guy.
Right, yeah.
I had to watch
Jennifer
it.
Lawrence is the main character.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to watch it twice. They do one moment where it gets a little dark, but then they just like forgive it. Man, that
Right. They're just like, who cares if Vince Neil ran somebody over or whatever that
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much was in the other movie.
But yeah, this
Really elegant callback, Alex. From The Thing. Oh man.
this yeah, I'm getting into westerns. I wasn't into westerns.
Yeah, they're
for a
cool.
while.
Yeah, I'm into this.
There's a lot of people
Yeah.
doing it, and so that's exciting.
I hope D'Onofrio. I hope he used the voice in Magnificent Seven that he uses while directing this entire film.
boy.
Did you see the
I actually
Magnificent?
didn't know.
It's better than you'd think.
Okay, cool.
And Vincent D'Onofrio plays like a maniac in it. Like the first thing that happens is they go to his house to recruit him, and these guys are like, "Yeah, we killed him," and like threw him down a cliff. And then from out of nowhere, a tomahawk goes like into one of the dudes, and Vincent D'Onofrio comes like rampaging out of the woods, all bloody. But then his voice is really high pitched and sweet. It's the weirdest thing. But it's
That's a
so
fun
great.
choice.
Yeah, and he's just like this maniac the whole film with this like adorable voice.
I'm gonna kill every last one of them. Like,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
exactly.
Like, that's fun.
And I think he talks about the Lord a lot, but I need to watch it again. It's the director of The Equalizer. And so yeah.
Fuqua?
Yeah, and it's got
Yeah.
Denzel in there. It's worth seeing. I think it's
Yeah,
worth
he's
seeing.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be exciting too.
Well, I think there's a lot you can do. It seems like with westerns now, because like you have so much more budget and effects, but you don't really need it either. And people often do like innovative stories instead of just like Native Americans are the other or something. You know,
Right.
it's probably good. It's probably
Yeah.
cool. That's more of a just general Western thing, but
Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like it's coming back a little westerns. We'll see. All right. Well, that's it for trailers. Should we?
Should get to the stories.
Yeah, let's move on to news stories now. This first one isn't really a big story, but I wanted to include it. Because it's more of a joke, but someone created a Kickstarter to remove the CGI rat
I saw
from
that.
the
Yeah.
end of The Departed.
yeah, I did. I read down they did a very nice itemization of exactly what the money would go toward. That was very exciting.
Wait,
'Cause,
really?
like they're asking for a specific amount of money, but they itemized it down to like legally I can't sell copies of this, so if you buy one, I would purchase a copy of The Departed, throw it out, and send you this instead, so they still make money. Like there was a whole thing of like I think interns should be paid, so part of this goes toward like $15 an hour for an intern to burn 50 copies of it for the people I'm selling them to. Like there were and like the effects artist was going to make $599, so he's below the freelance threshold for taxes. And like it was down to the dollar exactly what he needed to do this, removing the rat from The Departed. It was
Oh,
great.
amazing.
I loved it. Like you throw me some fun accountancy, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That has always been a truly bizarre decision.
I mean, I actually like The Rat in Departed because someone points it out on Twitter. Scorsese is not a subtle guy. He's not a subtle director.
Yeah.
Like his musical choices are always right on the money. Everything he does he's not subtle. So the fact that it would pan over and then there's a rat at the end of the movie about rats, it was just like, yeah. I mean, it's like a dad joke. Like that's
Yeah.
what it is. That at the end, everybody in the audience just goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
Scorsese."
And it's not like the movie would be perfect if it were not for that last shot of the rat. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty solid.
Yeah, Scorsese is a good director, but he doesn't make
I've heard that the rat wasn't even his idea. Like somebody suggested it to him
really.
as they were filming it.
Yeah,
So, which
Right.
makes it even doubly
yeah,
funny.
As a rat actor looking for work.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you should do?
a rat in there.
That's such a better voice for a rat actor.
I work for cheese.
Oh, that delighted me. I'm gonna think of that every time I see a rat now in a movie.
Mhm.
I work for cheese.
So yeah, that's funny.
yeah. This next one is the most exciting news in a while. Chris Hemsworth is to play Hulk Hogan in a biopic.
Directed by Todd Phillips,
Yeah, so
who made The Hangover.
I'm in.
Yeah,
It's a little bit Mad Libs, right? Just like actor,
Yeah.
Yeah,
subject,
I hope-
director.
like some people are I've seen some reaction to this being like, well, Hulk Hogan shouldn't get a movie because he's a shitty racist. I'm like, fair, but perhaps this movie will portray him as a shitty
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, that seems like the interesting reason if you're Hemsworth to like sign up to play the guy.
Yeah,
Is to like break him down that way and kind of play a villain. He doesn't really play a ton of villains.
Yeah.
that I've
no,
noticed.
except in Bad Times at El Royale, which is really good if you
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
seen
he's
it.
great.
Yeah, I
in
didn't
it.
see that.
He's
yeah.
he's pretty good in it.
Cool.
It fits him as Hulk Hogan. It took me a second to like picture it, and then I was like,
Yeah, I could work.
see that.
I'm very excited to see him wear a prosthetic skullet,
Yeah,
or if he's gonna get super method and actually like shave a horseshoe into his head and
Right.
grow his hair out
I hope it's that
to achieve full skullet.
One.
Oh yeah. He's gonna found a pasta mania in life.
I think.
Oh, but they do the scene of him recording Hulkster in heaven.
Oh. See, this is. I think every famous wrestler really needs a biopic because, like, what is that life? And I want to see it. I want to see the inner workings of being Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He's a good one to pick, obviously because he made wrestling mainstream,
Yeah, and he's ridiculous. They're all kind of ridiculous.
but also he's a big reason why so many wrestlers lead a very difficult lifestyle that's riddled with like drug addiction and things like that. Is he fought like tooth and nail against unionizing because he was making all the money, so why would he want to unionize?
Yeah, that should be in the movie.
He's a real
Yeah.
bummer.
Hopefully it'll be. Yeah,
That sounds right. Yeah, I hope Chris Hemsworth signed up to play like a really dark figure here. You know?
I could
Yeah.
could
That would be
see Todd Phillips doing it could go either way. I think
Oh yeah.
like
Right.
he could just make like a silly thing about look how goofy he is wearing neon, but like there are some shitty things about Hulk Hogan that you could really make a compelling movie just to be
Todd
like,
Phillips he's done The Hangover. He did Due Date, right?
Yep.
So he did Hated as well. That was his first movie, or his second movie, the Gigi Allen documentary Hated. So yeah, man.
it could go either way.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
He's also doing that Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah. What the fuck is he up to?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, it could. This
It should have been Joaquin Phoenix playing Hulk Hogan.
Oh shit!
I don't know if that would have worked. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
I just want to see him
Probably
try.
not, but that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Put him in there as someone.
Yeah.
Put Joaquin in as like Mean Gene.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Mean Gene.
Oh shit! I hope they cover fucking No Holds Barred, the filming of No Holds Barred.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ, this movie.
This movie could be very good or it could be very shitty.
Yeah.
I think that's like pretty much any movie, but
Yeah.
No, but I know what you mean. Like, especially there's like 4 or 5 different angles you could do on Hulk Hogan's life.
Yeah.
So it really could go a lot of ways.
yeah. I'm gonna hope for it though. Yeah, like you're saying, like hopefully Hemsworth would pick something like this because it's like, oh, here's an interesting way.
Yeah, because like just the super popular version where it's just super fun Hulk Hogan. Like Chris Hemsworth already gets to be in huge popular movies,
Right.
So he doesn't need to like do this to be in a widely
Yeah.
released silly thing,
He already did Silly Thor.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like,
true.
which is the best.
It's the
great.
best.
It's so
yeah,
good.
it took him 2 movies to figure out that. Oh wait, this guy's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Let's just have him be stupid.
Yeah.
Because Thor is a ridiculous character.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, next one is the writer of Happy Death Day is making a reverse John Wick film where a dog avenges his owner's death
sure.
called Odin. It's apparently also like a comic book series. It's a delightful idea that someone else has already done. There was a sketch. That,
Yeah.
And so, like, part of me is like, oh, cool. The other part of me is like, well, give it to the person who actually thought of it. Whoever made that sketch. I don't know.
It's what's it, like a viral internet sketch or
Yeah, something like that.
Somebody recut the John Wick trailer and then also had new footage of
Right.
a dog in the situation.
It was
Right,
sillier.
okay.
Like,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
sillier.
cool. That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This could be a real. This feels like it could be too much of a gimmick, or it could be
maybe.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, what a dog doesn't have hands, so like, what's it gonna do? Is it just gonna like bite people, or
I think
like,
it's just gonna
like
bite
pull
people.
ropes with its mouth, or
Yeah.
something? Like,
Yeah.
like pull it, like, use a system of pulleys to kill people.
I think
or,
it's
like,
It's going to be a real hotel for dogs
Yeah.
situation.
I think it's going to be Cujo, basically reverse Cujo, where he's just on a rampage,
That's just Cujo.
but we're on
Oh,
his
boy.
side.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that. It's like watching Cujo, but you're like, yeah, you get that kid.
I was about to say reverse Cujo would be a rabid human trying to kill a dog.
That would be pretty neat too. I'd watch that.
Yeah, I mean, it could, like, Happy Death
yeah,
Day, I
it
had
seems
read.
very hard to execute.
Oh, yeah. That'd be challenging.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I had read that script was like a big blacklist script for a long, but it went unmade for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Happy Death Day. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Might be good.
We'll see. This next one is about Netflix. Netflix has bought The Wandering Earth, which is a Chinese-made film that I really want to see.
It's like the biggest movie in the world right now.
Yeah,
It made like $90 million last weekend.
really.
Yeah.
This is
Just in China.
this is a
Yeah.
big budget, big concept sci-fi film. If you haven't seen the trailer,
I haven't
where
seen it. Yeah.
it's about like the world sucks. It's I assume climate change or something.
Yeah.
And so the plan is scientists around the world are going to shoot out rockets, and we're going to physically move the Earth to a new galaxy.
Turning the Earth into a spaceship.
Yeah, which is awesome. The movie starts when the Earth, we've already stopped the rotation of the Earth, so half of the Earth is like ice cold and
finally.
it's super hot.
Somebody
God.
needed to do it.
Yeah, this movie looks.
I'm so dizzy.
Yeah, it looks like an old sci-fi film done modern.
Yeah, I'm gonna mispronounce the shit out of his name, but the creator of Invader Zim, Jonan Vasquez. He tweeted out that the plot of this film is basically the plot of the Invader Zim episode Planet Jackers.
Oh, that's great.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure when I see the trailer, I'm sure the first like 10 seconds, you're like, "Oh, I know exactly what this movie is."
Yeah.
And whether or not I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like we're moving the Earth around with rockets.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet.
It's
Yeah, sure.
it's one that I
Okay,
feel like
sure.
Roland Emmerich saw this trailer and he's like, "Damn it! Like, that's what I should have done."
Yep. I shouldn't have made that. What the hell did he just make?
Who can say?
Oh, no, that was Dean.
Independence Day Resurgence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other one with Gerard Butler.
Did he make Geostorm?
That might have been Dean Devlin that did Geostorm.
Yeah, I don't. That didn't feel like.
He spiritually made Geostorm for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good old Geostorm.
Oh man.
Does he do those like Olympus Has Fallen, London Fallen movies? Is that him?
I feel like that's like a Peter Berg or some shit.
Oh yeah, I think
Somebody
you're right.
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can
Oh no,
say?
he did.
Oh, okay,
Emmerich
cool.
did do that.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
What about White House Down? Who did White House Down?
Anytime stuff's destroyed, I think of.
Oh
White
no,
House
wait,
Down
he did White House Down.
Yeah,
I'm
White House
sorry.
Down feels like his work.
He did White House Down.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
sorry.
yeah,
What a lame.
yeah,
He's the
He really occupies it.
as
I love-
Kevin Costner is to baseball.
yeah. I love
Roland
that.
Emmerich
White-
to the destruction of the Earth.
Yeah, White House Down was him basically being like, I want to do a toned down film. Like that's his version of an indie film. Where it's
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to destroy the White House.
Well, he's done like 2 that were not well received. He did Anonymous, which was about like the idea that Shakespeare was an invented character.
Oh, yeah.
That was
no
Roland
one
Emmerich.
saw that shit.
And the other one he did was
He didn't do the Poe one, did he?
no,
The one with
the
John
Raven.
Cusack? John Cusack is Edgar Allan Poe in the worst idea ever.
Right, it's people are committing murders that are modeled after his stories, and only Edgar Allan Poe can stop them.
Only Edgar Allan Poe can stop.
Oh, my
Right, to catch a Poe.
Yeah.
Stonewall, that's the other one he did.
Oh,
that
yeah.
people really were upset about.
Yeah.
What's Stonewall?
Stonewall was about
The Stonewall riots?
the Stonewall
no,
riots.
he
Yeah,
did that?
Yeah, he sure
he
did.
did.
Why
and,
would he do that?
Oh
no,
well, he's.
Roland, don't branch out. Don't grow.
I think
You
he
can't
wanted.
do it.
I think he wanted to do it because he's gay, but like
Oh,
the
okay,
problem.
I take a lot of that.
But
back.
he's also Roland Emmerich.
But and he also did like he erased like
the gay part.
well no he erased the trans person I think.
Well,
Ooh.
I'm fucking this way.
I
up,
know.
but like he still somehow managed to participate in erasure by making Stonewall.
God,
yeah,
Roland.
he's just, I mean,
He is what he is. He
Yeah.
makes Independence Day.
Wait, he doesn't know how to build. He only knows how to destroy.
Right.
Yeah,
He only knows
exactly.
how to blow up monuments.
I really liked Resurgence. I gotta watch that again. I know it's a bad movie.
It is a terrible film.
But it ends with a giant alien chasing a
Chasing
school
Judd
bus
Hirsch.
driven by Judd Hirsch. And it's like, I did not think it was going to come
great.
to this.
Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
stunning. A Godzilla-sized Independence Day alien is chasing after Judd Hirsch
Hirsch
driving
in
a school bus.
What the fuck? Judd Hirsch is like, he's made a steal in that. He also survives a tsunami, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he rides a tsunami.
Yeah, he can't be killed.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it happens. It happens in a montage of like a lot of the original characters getting killed. So you're
Yeah.
like, oh, here goes Judd. Because Judd's like older. He's like in his late 70s.
Yeah,
you don't
you don't
expect him to
think
hang
he's
out for the whole movie, and then he does.
Just bickering and driving kids around.
Just yelling at these kids.
It's terrific.
So yeah, maybe do that and don't do Stonewall. I don't know.
How did we get to this? The honor
The Wandering
Driven Earth.
Yeah.
Rocket-driven Earth. Yeah.
That's cool.
So Mike Flanagan, director of and creator of Haunting of Hill House and many other horror movies, he signed a big contract with Netflix, which will include season 2 of Haunting of Hill House.
Which is apparently going to be the haunting of Bly Manor.
What's that?
It's based on the turning of the screw, I think.
Oh, the Turn of the Screw?
Turn
Henry
James? Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. That's the one.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's a novel about people kind of going crazy.
Okay, so now we know what the
I haven't
series
read
is
it.
going
That's
to be.
just what I've been told.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be him doing old books
About haunted houses.
about haunted houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
told.
great.
I'm told it's hard to tell if the people in the book are actually crazy or drive themselves crazy. You know what I mean? Or sorry, no, are going crazy, or if things in the world are
Oh,
not-
okay.
Going, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
That's great.
yeah.
I like this pattern, doing modern versions
Yeah.
of these older
Yeah,
stories.
I've thought Hill House is real good,
Hill House was really good.
and he's a
Right.
good director.
And once you haunt up one house so much, you got to go on to a manor.
You got to branch out.
Yeah, you gotta upgrade to a manor. Yeah, I would have been bummed if it was
Yeah.
a sequel because I was like, no, that story needs to be ending where it is.
The story is ended. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think pretty soon there's going to be Big Little Lies too. I don't know. if
Don't
you guys,
know where that's gonna go.
I don't know if you guys saw the first one, but it
I
was
did.
pretty complete.
Right, that is a
never
complete
saw
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good,
Yeah.
but it's like
It's
it's
great.
It's
Yeah.
when I heard that they were doing another season, I was like, really?
Well, as far as I can tell, they're just doing it because the actors enjoyed hanging out.
Yeah.
It was because it was well
Like
received
in
and
life.
everybody liked doing it. So they're, I guess they'll
Like
come up.
Reese and Nicole, they just really enjoyed the time, and so they're going to make another one.
Yeah,
I wish there was a genre where we could do like sequels that don't count. Where like we can do sequels.
those exist.
I know, but like I wish they could announce it beforehand of like, look, everybody, we know this is dumb. We're just gonna do it because we know you'll pay for it and it's fun.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
And then we could be encouraged to do like more sequels to movies that shouldn't have sequels.
Yeah, or
Yes.
like that approach of what's that show, American Horror Story, where it's an anthology and
Yeah.
they do a different
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
every
yeah.
time. Like Reese and Nicole and all them. I'm sick calling them by their first names, like I know them.
Yeah, you're buddies. You're pals.
But like they should have all just been like, we all like working together. A whole new story.
Yeah, they could do an anthology like
Like
that.
what's another thing? But I don't know. It might be good anyway.
I want like if he does like, oh, let's if Tarantino did like Reservoir Dogs 2, but they're like, I don't know, zombies, like stuff where it's just like it really doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going for it.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's the PS2 game Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Wait, what?
There was a PS2 game.
There was.
Doesn't seem like there should be a PS2 game. With
There
Reservoir
shouldn't have been.
Dogs. That's like the Fight Club game.
There shouldn't have been. Oh, the Scarface game where it begins with how the movie ends. It begins with the ending of the movie.
Except you. It's
you
like
shoot
GTA.
Your,
It's
yeah,
like
you
Vice
shoot your
City.
way out. Yeah. So rather than get killed.
What? So
Yeah.
he makes it?
Yeah, and you spend the rest of the game playing as Tony Montana. It's just GTA Vice City, but you're playing as Tony
See,
Montana.
again, I like that because it's just like, but what if we did it this way? That's
Right?
not
Yeah,
as good.
it's like it's not a bad game.
I tell you, the Matrix game Path
yeah.
of Neo. There's the Matrix game Path of Neo that goes through all the plot of the Matrix movies, but at the very end, when you're supposed to just fight Agent Smith, it cuts to the Wachowskis, and they're like, "So how, like you know how in the movies he just fought Agent Smith, but this is a video game, so we're gonna make him form a giant Agent Smith out of all the little Agent Smiths." And you can fight that instead. Here we go. And then that's what they do.
Because that would be more fun.
Yeah, I like that. We're like, you know what? We're not watching a movie right now. Let's make this fun.
With the Peter Jackson's King Kong video game, he did the same thing. Where he's like, if you do well enough, King Kong can live.
Yeah, fuck it.
Because he was like, I wanted to put it in the movie so bad, but it's like people would not accept that, so I did it in the video game instead.
It would have been amazing if the end was just like all hail Emperor Kong,
Yeah.
Our new monkey
our
ruler,
new President Kong.
President Kong, first citizen Kong.
Yeah.
I mean, I would see a movie called President Kong. Come on. I'm in.
It's just the story of Citizen Kane, but you replace it with King Kong.
Yeah.
I would watch shit out of it.
Charles Foster Kong, this gigantic monkey, doing everything that
Oh yeah,
that he does. In
the
the movie.
first shot is this giant gorilla mouth going rosebuds, dropping a snow globe of the Empire State Building.
Very tiny snow globe in his giant hand.
Right, it's an expedition to Rosebud Island where they have to find him.
Oh, we made two movies?
We're coming up with lots of.
Yeah.
We're cooking with gas today.
All right. So let's go to movies that deserve more hype.
Tell us.
This is probably a little well known, but I just wanted to talk about it because it comes out March 1st. This is Climax.
Mm-hmm.
Trailer's out. People can watch it. It's got an 87% of Rotten Tomatoes. It's the director of Irreversible and Enter the Void. If you've seen Irreversible, you know why you're going to be hesitant to see this movie.
Yes.
This is not going to be fun.
No, and the trailer is incomprehensible.
Yes. The plot is beautiful.
Yeah,
The
I do
plot,
like the plot.
is a dancing troupe.
It looks like it's in one room the whole time or something.
Something like that. It's a dancing troupe having a party and someone has dosed the sangria.
Yeah.
And so that's the premise. It's a group. I don't know if you guys have ever met dancers. I went to like a high school with a lot of dancers and nude dancers. They are maniacs.
Well, I did like a little musical theater in college and all of it in high school, and I was like, oh, the people who are here for the dancing, it's a different vibe.
Yes,
It's a different thing.
it frightens
Like
me.
that's my enormous weakness being here, but you guys, oh okay,
Yeah. I mean, not to stereotype, but like when I heard this movie is about a group of dancers who get dosed on LSD, I was like, oh no, that's not going to end well.
No,
And the trailer shows as much.
yeah, it turns into a horror movie.
Yeah,
Somebody was like screaming in the snow. That was the one other place.
Someone's
It's, like,
on
all in a
fire at one
basement,
point.
and then there's a like field of snow where people are like screaming.
I think that's directly outside the building.
Yeah,
okay.
apparently the idea is they're
Yeah.
at a remote lodge in like a snowy wilderness and they all get dosed. And like I guess it begins with like a single person crawling through the snow, like a horror movie where there's the final girl where it's just like, yeah, this is not going to end well.
I'm realizing every remote lodge movie is either a terrifying horror movie or Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
Period.
That's the one happy one.
That's the one.
You just brought the Hot Tub Time Machine with you today.
Yeah, you did.
Motley Crue brings it out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this movie. It just looks wacky. The cinematography sounds amazing. There's a lot of long one-er shots, which is to be expected with this
From this,
director.
yeah.
If you know anything about this director, you know what to expect visually.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of punishing images in this film.
Yes.
A lot of cool dancing, though.
Yes, I hear there was comparisons and reviews to like Step It Up and stuff. So it's like a dance movie, but also horror. But also like a grotesque. Like
The main actress is Sofia Boutella, who is a dancer.
yeah. And the trailer shows dancing. It's like
There's some sweet dancing in this trailer.
It's a little bit that aesthetic of Fame. Like it's like the 80s or 90s, and everybody's in like those like leg warmers and stuff, you
Right.
know, and so it's that, but also hell, you know.
Right.
So it's a difficult thing.
yeah, it's like
Literally hell.
yeah. It feels like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf or Death and the Maiden if they like danced every now and then.
I want to see Death and the Maiden if Ben Kingsley and
Oh,
Sigourney Weaver dance.
Dancing. Jesus. That
I think this takes place in the 90s too, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
This
Which-
says your thing says 1996.
The year of Independence Day.
Nice.
And we have come back.
I think it's that thing with horror
Someone
movies.
dosed the VHS of Independence Day.
Someone dosed the surge.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of those things I think
Oh, Surge.
They sell it at Burger King now. You can go get it at Burger King.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the fountain.
I was surprised. I told you I was drinking Moxie not too long ago and you didn't know what that was.
No, I've never heard of it.
That's a Maine drink, right?
I don't
State of Maine.
I don't know it's a main drink. It's just an old-timey drink. It's like an
Okay.
80s drink. It's Moxie. Nobody's had Moxie?
You're looking at me like I'm
fuck?
going to have a reaction.
Maybe it's a Massachusetts thing too, because I know it is a Maine thing, and I've seen old like
Googling
ads
Moxie.
featuring Ted Williams, the baseball player,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
for Moxie,
Sort of like
Boston Red Sox, you know.
Sort of like cheer wine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, North Carolina thing, and also maybe other parts of the seaboard there.
It
yeah.
was amongst the first mass-produced soft drinks in the United States.
Yeah,
It continues to be regionally popular. Okay, fine. In New England.
yeah.
all right.
All New England stuff's
Fine,
the first
Wikipedia,
stuff.
yeah.
Whatever.
Right, because they're the
Yeah.
fucking oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Adams had it in a vat or something. Like, it's not impressive.
John Adams had a still full of Moxie.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, Sam has beer, I'm gonna one up him. And then a
Some
very
Moxie.
regional soda.
So yeah, climax.
So climax.
See it if you like to be upset, which I kind of do.
I love being upset.
I like.
It's my default
It's going
setting.
to be a very pretty, very upsetting film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Hopefully.
looked well shot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This director also did. I think it's called Love. it was like a 3D, like borderline pornographic film, which sounds just delightful. I skipped that one.
I think
It's like his Nymphomaniac, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. Like the posters were like, I remember, I think for Cracked or something, researching, and the posters were things where I'd like click on it and be in an office and be like, oh God, and like have to minimize the poster. Like, penis. All right.
Just a big old
Yeah. But yeah. Fucking check it out.
Sure.
Check out this nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I'm not tough enough for any of those movies, but like, it seems like there's a whole. For one thing, there's like 3 or 4 directors making them at all times, and
Yeah.
then
Right.
also there's like a fan base for.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's artistically exciting, you know. So I don't know.
This is some real Lars von Trier shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lars von
him.
Trier's one,
Yeah.
which again I get. Like I saw
these
Antichrist,
guys.
and it's like, yeah, if you want to make a horror movie that actually like upsets you to your core, like yeah, watch Antichrist. That'll certainly do it.
Yeah, there's like 3 guys making those. They probably all have meetings, you know, and hang
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You want to watch a movie that fundamentally changes who you are
Yeah.
as a person.
Where it's like, yeah, you want something that's in your head now, and it's just gonna rattle around in there until you die.
Yeah.
Watch one of our movies.
Or you can watch Wandering Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do both.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That's an episode.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks so much for coming and doing this.
It's always great, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Where
Anything
can
you
we
want
find
to
you?
plug? Anything you want to?
At Alex Schmidt on Twitter and alexschmidt.com. That's where I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging out on the internet.
Are you doing that stand up? Are you doing stand up?
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing, so I have to come from another thing, and I'm going to be at the end of Adam Todd Brown's great stand-up show on Saturday that I think Tom Ryman is in as well.
I am.
Yeah.
And Hannah as well, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think she's there.
I'll be in Vegas, but everybody else.
A bunch of
yeah.
great people at the
Oh,
Hollywood
this-
Hotel.
This will
9
be out soon enough
o'clock.
to... Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, is that tomorrow?
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
so this will
Yeah,
be
the Hype
tomorrow
is
night.
direct. Yeah.
Yeah. Hollywood Hotel, 9 p.m. Come out. It's
Yeah.
free, I think.
I got to run in at the end, and and it's very nice of him to let me do that.
He's going to do a literal run-in with a steel chair.
Ooh.
Yeah, very physical.
Good God
yeah.
almighty. All right. Woo. Say goodbye, everyone.
I burped.
Jesus. All right.
Bad at intros and
You're
gonna be
just-
bad
you're
at
just the
outros now.
Fucking worst.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.